We've all been there. You've got a shoestring budget to build your dream gaming PC. You've been slowly purchasing for months, finding like all the best deals and combos, even managed to get your like dream GPU. But you forgot one important thing. You can't game with that little travel wireless mouse. Luckily, Amazon seems to have you covered. This is the programmable gaming mouse from Amazon Basics. What's going on, everybody? Jeremy with Detroit Tech, and we're checking out the affordable gaming mouse from Amazon Basics. This mouse comes with some pretty big specs, especially for its price tag. We got it for under $25. So considering there are some mice out there for $150, looking at you, Logitech, that's a pretty sweet deal, if it actually does deliver. Now there's a lot to go over here, so really let's just get to it. First, and most importantly, is RGB. Okay, I'm sorry, but it does have RGB, it is there. There are 9 programmable buttons, an optical sensor with up to 12,000 DPI, tunable weighting system, Omron switches rated at 50 million clicks, 1000 hertz polling rate. Other things of note, the scroll wheel sure at least feels metal, and there's a nice long braided cable. The experience out of the box is good. The scroll wheel has little detents on it, which could be a little bit more obvious. The mouse buttons are nice and clicky. It's nice and light, though I did add 15 grams of weight to it for me. And it's pretty balanced as well, with and without the weights. The weights, by the way, come in their own little like case, so you don't have like them rolling around just in your desk drawer. Quite thoughtful. Getting started with the mouse is simple. Plug it in and it works as a mouse. Although it did come with a CD for the software. I did actually download the software from Amazon. First impression wasn't actually great. I had to reboot my whole computer. And if you're anything like me, or Corey for that matter, you have like 47 different windows open like all the time, bunch of different places. You understand my thing. Now the software is pretty impressive. It doesn't quite have like the polish of something from Logitech or Corsair, but it has features. And that's honestly really what it's all about. Here you can program up to 5 different profiles. Each profile will then have 3 different memory settings, which is a lot of different options. In the game profile management, you can actually dedicate a profile to a certain game, and the software will switch automatically like once you start the game. You just have to make sure you add the proper executable file so it can pick it up when you start the game. All 9 buttons are programmable. In the macro manager, you can create macros that you'll be able to assign to any of the buttons. And I don't feel like just reading off a big list of things, so take a look at all the options when you actually want to reassign a button. Next is sensitivity. Of course, it comes with DPI switching buttons initially assigned. There are 5 settings, 4 you actually get to pick, and 1 is a smart DPI, which automatically adjusts the stability of the pointer based on how fast the mouse has moved. And I'll tell you this right now, I don't really know what that means. And after playing with it for a while, I can't really tell the difference anyway. Below that is the DPI settings, and then there's the polling rate up to 1000 hertz, the double click speed, and the Windows pointer speed. Again, didn't see any difference when messing with this, and then there's the mouse wheel. That last one actually allows you to choose how much scrolling one click of the scroll wheel will give you. Then there are the lighting pages. The synchronization page allows you to synchronize the mouse, keyboard, and mouse pad, assuming of course that you bought all of the Amazon Basics version of those. The lighting controls the icon on the back of the mouse and the lighting ring along the bottom. You can just have it lit up or move fluidly. There's a breathe in and out, blink in and out, and even use the bottom as a like blinking marquee. They can be random colors. You can just set them to anything you want. But really, how does the mouse perform, right? That's what we're here for. Actually pretty good. I'll give you this caveat. I'm not sure I'll call myself like a gamer. I like to play Apex, Overwatch, like occasional Black Ops or Battlefield. But I mostly play with Corey rather than as like a solo. Oh, and also, I'm not very good. I can have my moments, but I'm super streaky and extremely average. But yeah, it performed well. The feet are high quality enough to not stick. I had no issues with that. The buttons were responsive, and while they had a nice weight to them, they were easy enough to click, so I didn't like misclick or miss a click. I found it to be nice and accurate, and the sniper button came in pretty handy. I even had one of my best sniper games in Overwatch, which of course I failed to record because I was just testing and I didn't think it through. But it performed well. The tracking was smooth and I didn't see any like jitter or anything to screw me up. While not in games, it tracked smoothly again with no issues. Sometimes it can be a pain to move like the pointer like a pixel or two if you just kind of miss the actual button, but I didn't notice that with this mouse. Matter of fact, I noticed it a little bit less with this than with other mice that I've used. The two biggest issues I had while playing were the mouse is a bit big for my Linus-sized hands. I can barely palm a soccer ball, just to kind of give you an idea of the size. I have a G502 Proteus Spectrum from Logitech at home, which is a bit thinner, and I love the 502. Also, the buttons that are initially set for DPI switching are actually really easy to accidentally activate. This caused me to actually drop my DPI a couple times and miss some shots very badly. And well, since I'm complaining, I'll go over my gripes with the mouse. Well, first off, the DPI steps in the software are way too big. On my 502, I use about 5,000 as my just kind of desktop browsing speed and drop down for games. The Amazon Basics mouse goes straight from 3,200 to 6,400 and from 6,400 to 12,000. And you can't go in between those. That seems to be kind of a bit of a pattern with the software as well. Everything is stepped and isn't very fluid. Even the brightness on the RGB goes up in 25% increments. The build quality does leave a bit to be desired as well. The sniper button sits in a good position, at least for me. It's slightly in front of where my thumb would normally rest. However, if I just squeezed hard enough behind the actual button, I actually can activate the sniper button. It's a bit sloppy in my opinion. The tolerances for the weights in the body aren't that great either. They'll fall right out of the mouse if you don't put the lid back on before flipping over. The scroll wheel click button is actually less than desirable for me too. It was kind of hit or miss to register clicks, and especially like in Apex when I'm trying to like mark enemies. And the three biggest gripes I have, ready? First, the DPI indicator doesn't change color with the other LEDs. Second, the bottom LEDs, like they're not completely fluid when changing color. Completely unacceptable. And thirdly, probably biggest of all, the scroll wheel does not have infinity mode. Ugh! But seriously, I do wish they had it. That and the right and left mouse wheel click. What will all the MMO gamers do? But despite all of those things wrong with this mouse, I'm still gonna recommend it. If you wanna immediately trash this mouse as just garbage, I sincerely doubt you're the person Amazon is aiming their marketing at. This mouse is inexpensive, like really cheap, especially for the fact that what it gives you. Vast majority of mice in this price point don't have, either the sheer number of buttons or the software quite as powerful. And with it being as inexpensive as it is, you have to shave off money somewhere. That's normally gonna be the build quality. And the thing some people will forget is the mouse is backed by Amazon with a 1-year warranty. I've always had pretty good dealings with Amazon, especially when something breaks. This price bracket won't give you that with other mice. So basically, from where I sit, there are a few main groups that this would benefit the most. One, budget gamers. You spend all your money on your GPU, but don't have a mouse, perfect, take a look. Also, people kind of a bit like me, you do a little bit of gaming, a little bit of productivity. With all the different profiles and memory profiles and everything, this can become pretty stinking powerful for something like video editing, music editing, or like CAD. And lastly, this is a great buy for someone who maybe wants to dip their toe into the gaming mouse segment. If you don't want to go full PCMR and spend $150 on the G502 Lightspeed, you would be served well here, very well in fact. So go check this mouse out. It might just be the best budget gaming mouse out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. If this was a helpful video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you only use trackball mice, don't hit the thumbs down. I just kind of want to give you props. You're totally my hero. Either way, let us know in the comments below what mouse you're currently using and what mouse you are just lusting after, and we'll catch you in the next one.